Tonight, Coin 6 is investigating what happened to a Beaverton woman. First, she says her home was flooded with raw sewage. Then she said her home was sold and she didn't get any of the money. Now other people are living in it. Jennifer Dowling went to get answers.
Water was gushing out of both bathrooms.
Joanne Ford returned from visiting family in February of 2013 to find this oozing mess in her mobile home at Pine Ridge Park in Beaverton.
The bathtub was full, the shower was running over. And so I tried to plunge it, and it was not working.
She said the park sewage line was bubbling up through her toilets and her shower and tub drain. Ford said park managers were unreachable.
I put towels under the doors and my rugs and closed the doors. But about 5 in the morning, it started gushing again.
Before and after pictures tell the story.
This was at Christmas before the sewage spill. After the sewage spilled in the bathroom.
Carpet soaked and stained, linens destroyed, sewage in the vents. Ford called the fire department, who arrived and told her she should not stay here. And county documents Coin 6 obtained through a public information request also show the Tualatin Valley Fire Department said, quote, they also tried to contact the manager, but his phone was shut off. When park managers finally got the message, county documents show, quote, they had to cut the pipe to stop it.
All of the mobile court is on one line. Everybody's sewage runs on that one line, and I was the lucky person to get it.
Ford suspected that this disaster was the park's responsibility. However, she said one of the managers told her she had to do the cleaning.
She called me and said, somebody has to clean this mess up. So I went in there and had a wonderful time.
Ford asked us to figure out just what went wrong. Since bacteria, fungi, and viruses can thrive in sewage, the county health department responded to check out Ford's situation. These records show that an inspector from the Environmental Quality Unit interviewed managers and reported, quote, apparently roots had clogged the pipe.
You get debris piling up, and therefore the sewage can't go through. And then, of course, it has to go out somewhere, and you'll find a path of least resistance, which could be drains.
And even more details emerged. The county's inspector wrote, quote, I contacted Bill and Marilyn Gross. Bill said the blockage was in the main line. Bill Gross stated the main was blocked overnight and all of the sewage from neighboring residents was discharging into the home at space 236. He also said the occupant of the unit tried to contact him overnight, but his phone was shut off. Okay. We caught up with manager Bill Gross for an interview, but he said he couldn't speak on the spill.
I got to refer you to Commonwealth Real Estate Services. They know all things. They take care of all things. We just live on premises and collect rent.
So you can't talk in detail about the issue?
I can't because I don't really have a lot. I just have little bits, and that's about it. She was a sweet gal.
However, Commonwealth manager Scott Mullins wasn't talking either.
I will say it's time, no comment.
After the painful experience, Ford said park managers moved her belongings into this storage container right outside the window of her now soiled home. She said even after she cut out carpets and cleaned, a manager told her she shouldn't move her stuff back in.
She says, well, it's your contents, but I don't think you can do that because it's contaminated.
Ford began staying with her son, and even though she wasn't living here, she said she still continued to pay lot rent, totaling around $2,096 for just over 4 months. Finally, Ford hired attorney Nick Merrill. She claims he told her to stop paying rent because the spill wasn't her fault. He refused to comment. However, what came next for the Beaverton woman was a shock. Ford said she was unaware the park started a process to sell her home by declaring to Washington County that it had been abandoned. Documents Coin 6 uncovered from the Assessment and Taxation Office show that the park notified the county that they were going through that process on July 11th. However, Ford said she had no idea her home was in danger of being sold until about 2 months later. She said she got this letter dated September 3rd, giving her a one-day notification that they were selling the home on the 4th.
They sold it on auction block, and the notice I received about that was the day after they had had the auction.
Tax documents show the park sold Ford's home to 2 people for $1,005, claiming a loss of around $2,007 in rent and fees. Manager Marilyn Gross is listed as the Pine Ridge Park seller. She declined an on-camera interview.
Yeah, it's rolling. No, turn it up.
Off camera, she said she was the agent. We asked her if declaring a home as abandoned and selling it was a normal procedure. She said, quote, we follow all of the Oregon statutes. When we told Marilyn that Ford didn't get notice of the sale until after bidding began, she said again, we follow all of the Oregon statutes. Her response was the same when we asked if they sent notice to Ford's new address. Ford said she paid around $18,000 for her mobile home, which still sits on the same lot now with other people living inside, and she must start over.
I was going to retire at the end of April because I would have 40 years in there on my job, and I had the trailer paid for, I had the car paid for, and I figured I would be all right.
And they sold it?
They sold it.
And you didn't see any of the money?
Nope.
Jennifer Dowling, KOIN 6 News.
Another note here. Tom Davis, the attorney for the owners of the mobile home park, did not return our request for comment. We're going to continue to follow this story closely. Right now on KOIN.com, we have a web exclusive on how you can protect yourself if a similar situation happens to you.